Welcome and thank you for tuning in to Cryptids, Creeps, and Conspiracy. The following content may involve explicit language and materials, so listener discretion is advised. Hey everyone, with me today is Liam. I think I pronounced that right?
You did, yes.
Oh, perfect. And he is from Let's Talk About the Pond. And it's so nice to be able to do this stuff remotely so that I can do this. This is awesome. If you wanted to, I wanted to give you the opportunity now to take a minute, tell the people listening out there what it is you do, anything, topics, how it's set up, anything you want to share with them about your podcast.
Okay. So, obviously, my name's Liam. Me and my co-host Billy, we have our podcast called Let's Talk About.
Dear God.
That's what we do. We talk about everything.
I'm going to get through this, but whew, okay. All right. So, remember I told you I had something I was going to tell you? I'm going to go ahead and tell you now. So, that fucking accent is bomb starters. Even though we've got the alcohol going, and I will do my best. But anyway, continue about the podcast.
Yeah, so we literally just, we talk about everything. So far, our first episode, we talked all about ghosts and supernatural. My co-host Billy has a lot of ghost hunting equipment, so he was showing me a lot of that. Personally, I don't know how much I believe any of that stuff personally, but and we've done one all about aliens and different planets that could support life. And then our last one, we done all about how we would survive a zombie apocalypse.
Oh yeah, seeing the little posting you guys had. That's the one that had the was it a pigeon?
Penguin.
Half gone?
Yeah, so you have to listen to my story. So we basically come up with a story each about how we'd survive a zombie apocalypse, and we're allowed to have a animal sidekick / mascot, and I chose a penguin.
Oh, it was a penguin, not a pigeon. I was like, I knew it was a bird. I was like, what was that? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Does it have to be, does it have to be actually in existence, or could it be any animal ever? Like, say, a Pegasus, so I could fly away from these assholes before they eat me.
Yeah, or you can have a T-Rex,
Or a griffin. Those are good. Yes. Okay.
So I've set a challenge. I've set a challenge on our Instagram page that if that episode gets over 50 downloads, I'm going to get the zombie penguin tattooed on my leg.
I don't know if I can do this. In the best way possible without. So that's a dead fish. For everybody listening who can't see me, subscribe to that tier of the Patreon because you get all the videos. But yeah, so I felt like that post that you guys had, and I thought it was really, really funny. Because I was thinking about it. I was like, man, what would I do? And I'll have to cover zombies at some point.
It's just best, like, when we set ourselves stupid roles like the celebrity teammates and stuff, and it just makes it...
celebrity teammates?
Where people's brains go. So we're allowed to have free celebrities that could be like part of our team. They fight zombies.
Celebrities. Oh, dang. I have to think about that one. I don't know. I don't trust any of the celebrities at all.
We did it so you can have a celebrity as themselves, a character from a video game, and a character from a film or a TV series.
And I bet I know where everybody went. What's that show called? Walking Dead? I've never seen it.
I've seen bits of it, and I thought it was terrible, to be honest.
I saw the very first episode of the very first season for like a minute, and then I went, what the fuck? And then I turned it off, and I never watched it again.
Well, basically, if you saw the second episode, then you've seen every episode.
Oh yeah.
All the same. Now, I only watched a couple, and like I say, every episode was the same. They start in one place, they need to get to the other place, but there's some zombies in the middle.
Oh, well.
That was it.
I'm not missing much. Are you aware that there was supposedly a real-life zombie? The man died and then was dug up by a shaman. Supposedly taken... Sorry, my dogs are crazy. Supposedly taken to this like plantation or whatever to do manual labor. And then like 20 years later, the man shows up at like a flea market, farmer's market, claiming to be this guy. And everybody was like, but he's been dead for 20 years. But the guy, I mean, he knew the guy's childhood nickname. He had a conversation with like the sister or something with details that only this guy would know. And he said that what happened was his master, whatever, I don't remember what the technical term for it is, had passed away. And so he was being given, I don't know, like mushrooms or something to continue the zombie-like state and do this free labor as a zombie until the guy died. And then he wasn't given his dose of whatever for long enough that he snapped back into reality as his old self and showed up. And he said there was a whole plantation full of people like him.
What the fuck? That's weird.
Yeah. I want to cover it. I want to cover, like, get down and cover it at some point. But yeah, it was fucked up. And it, like, true story. The guy, there's pictures of this guy sitting on his tombstone.
Yeah, I'm going to have to look into that.
Before that.
I'm going to have to look into that.
Yeah, it was, it originated, I think it was like South Africa, maybe?
Yeah.
Not the same as our zombies around here, but still really fucking cool.
Well, yeah, I mean, you hear people that get pronounced dead and then an hour later they come back to life, but that's an hour, not 20 years.
Well, supposedly
20 years is a bit of a stretch.
I'll just cover it, and I'll just have to let you know whenever I cover it, because I don't want to get too far into it, because I don't want to give away everything. But anyway, so you were talking about your pod and Billy, right?
Yes, Billy. Yep.
Okay. Who's not with us today? Rest his soul. We make it sound like he's dead. Rest Billy's soul.
To be honest, trying to get in touch with the lad is probably easier to get in touch with the dead than it is get in touch with him. That bloke does not answer his phone.
I'm really good at getting a hold of people.
Well, you can try speaking to him, because
I'm like a human tracking device.
I can go weeks without hearing from him. No. I'd also have to shave then as well.
No one said you have to shave. Werewolf titties.
Nobody likes hairy tits.
Wolverine titties. You don't know. There's furries. Maybe they like it. I don't know what that entails. Oh my God, they're probably pissed off so many people. Anyway, if people are wanting to go find you guys, either to listen or just to follow you, where are you available at?
We're on Instagram. Problem is, every single handle is different. So our Instagram is at @let's_talkaboutpod. It's easier just to follow us on there, really. Then we have a link in the bio, job with all the other socials.
Since they are so different, what we could do is I could just have you send me an email with all of the different links in it, and I will put the links in the description for the pod. So that way, when the episode comes out, all your guys' information will be down at the bottom with my resource stuff, so they can find you.
Yeah, sounds good.
Might be a little easier.
Yeah.
But so I got you on today. Very special episode. Very special episode for everybody. One, I'm drinking, so that's always going to get fun. Two, I am going to tell you about my favorite cryptid of all time. Like all time. So do you have a favorite cryptid?
I don't know, really. I mean, being in the UK, we don't have a lot of good ones. I mean, we've got the Loch Ness Monster. That's about it.
You don't have to have it around you for it to be your favorite.
I don't know. I like the idea of skinwalkers.
Okay. Those are kind of creepy.
Yeah.
I have not covered them yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to. I'm kind of on the fence because I know that it's a very sensitive topic for certain, types of people. And I don't want to make anyone unnecessarily uncomfortable. So, which normally I usually don't give a shit, but I just want to be, some things I care about and some things I don't care about. And that's one thing that if I could just avoid it, I think it's been covered enough by other people that me not covering it is not going to make a difference. So I'll probably just avoid that one. Not going to say I won't have merch for it whenever I decide to design something. But for now, it's just on the back burner.
Fair enough.
But, okay. Are you ready?
I am.
Okay, let me hit this vape real fast.
I'll do the same.
Oh, speaking of, I'll try to do this. You can see But yeah, so this is one of my merches that I made. I worked my last ghost hunt. Yeah, for those of you who can't see it, well, go subscribe and you can see it. How about that? Or go to the merch store because it's on there too. It's a little ghosty one with a magnifying glass. Oh, goodness, I'm excited. Located in and around the mountain caves and wooded hills of Frederick and Washington counties, Maryland, is the hidden home of one of my favorite and truly bizarre creatures. Reportedly, there is a huge winged beast that can only be described as something residing in nightmares that once terrified all of the locals. Birthed from the local folklore of the German settlers in the 1730s, this atrocious beast is said to have decided to make an in-person debut in the spring of, and you're going to laugh at me, 1909, because I can't say numbers. I can only cover up my voice for certain words. Numbers are not included. But this creature, my friends, is known today as the Snallygaster. Have you heard of it?
I haven't, because I don't think I'd forget that name.
Yes. So once we get to the end, once we get all the way through, I am going to probably just keep an eye on your phone because I'm going to send a picture. It'll be on all the social media stuff once I post the episode, but I'm going to let you see it too so we can, discuss your thoughts. And I have the exact same cup. The creature was originally referred to as the Snallygaster, which means quick spirit or quick ghost. It does not look anything like a ghost, just to point that out now. Yeah, so basically what it was is all these German settlers came over and I don't know if you would call it made camp, but colonized this area. And I don't know if the lore existed of this creature prior to them coming over, or if it's something that they experienced once they got here and then they dubbed it what it is.
It does sound a bit German now you've said that.
Mm-hmm. It's said to appear as half reptile and half bird. Gosh, I love this description. It's the best. Its large horned noggin displayed a long, pointed metallic beak lined with razor-sharp teeth. The feet were sporting very long, hook-shaped claws that appeared to be steel-like in nature. Occasionally, this monstrosity is described as having tentacles like an octopus, although it doesn't specify where the tentacles are coming from. So there's a couple pictures that have different depictions of where they're coming from. The one I like the most is this open mouth full of tentacles, like something that I would love to have in the bedroom. Would be fantastic. Sorry, not sorry, I guess.
I'm trying to get my head around the description of it.
I'm not done yet. We're still going here. All right. So one witness claimed that the beast was 20 feet, or you're welcome, about 6 meters long.
I work in feet.
I think I had somebody that didn't, and I thankfully turned most of it over, so it was fine. But anyway, so it was about 20 feet long, and it was keeping itself afloat with two massive wings. The picture makes them seem like different ones. Some of them kind of look bat-like. Some of them look more feathered. This did not have a specific thing that they were made out of, so I don't know. One instance even described a single eye in the center of its forehead, like Cyclops style. Check out the social media, guys, when this episode posts, same day. It's obviously not going to be the same because my episodes are going to post probably at like 2 a.m. Although I do have horrible insomnia, I don't really want to be on Instagram posting shit at 2 a.m. So I scheduled to post the episode, but you might not get a picture until maybe 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time when I go to break. From the looks of it, I mean, a face only a mother could love, right? So it's got talons and it's got sharp teeth and a beak, which is weird to have together, and these weird tentacles and huge wings. And it's just, this thing looks fucked up. And I can't wait to show you the picture because it is absolutely hysterical. You know what? I might actually go ahead and send it to you now because it just cracks me up. I'm going to show you my favorite picture of it. All right, heading your way.
What the hell is that?
Goofy, you know, like a big.
I was expecting a lot. I was expecting bigger wings.
So that's what I thought too. And I thought it was, but all of the pictures that I find, pretty much. Well, here's one where it's. Well, I mean, you can't see the extent of the wings, but it is more feather-like in its pictures. So I'll send that one to you. Also, it looks a little more mean.
Yeah, that one looks a bit more. That one looks a bit less hilarious.
Yeah. But the other one looks like he's so fucking goofy. Like, I would so have a pet.
It looks ill.
Who's a good Snallygaster?
I mean, from your description, that was not what I was expecting.
Yeah. It seems a lot more when it's hard to kind of picture because some of the traits, they sound so menacing.
Yeah.
And then that picture just makes it look so damn goofy. And I can't get over it.
From your description, like with the reptile-like and the wings and the steel claws and then the tentacles, I was expecting something like hybrid between an octopus, a pterodactyl, a lizard, and fucking Wolverine.
Oh, that would have been way cooler. Pretty badass.
Hey, that was what I had in my head.
If anybody is an artist, I want to see that. Please do it and send it to me. It'd be fantastic.
Yeah, and I'll get that tattooed as well.
All right. So next I have a couple sightings that were reported.
Okay.
Charles Martin and Edward Lighter, like you catch something on fire.
Yeah.
Not you climb up to get taller. But they claim to have set their eyes on the creature from about 25 or 7.6 meters away and confirmed the description that was previously mentioned as what it looked like. So, I mean, at least it's somewhat rather consistent in that regard. On a few occasions, it was reported to have emitted a sound compared to a lounge. Oh my God. You could tell I'm drinking. I am so sorry. Woo! All right, we're along for the ride, people. A loud train whistle. See that thing fly, like floating. It can't be flying very fast, right? Because those wings are I don't even think it could fly with those wings, but whatever. But anyway, this big goofy ass motherfucker. And then all of a sudden this like horrible loud train sound comes out. I mean, that would scare me more than anything.
Yeah, the sound would be worse.
Yeah. Especially if you couldn't see it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just had a comedian skit pop in my head about the dorkfish.
Not the what?
You have no idea what I'm talking about, probably. I'm so sorry, but it's really funny. But they were talking about this fish that just looks really stupid, and they call it a dorkfish, and you catch him with a corn dog. Okay, sorry.
I'll take your word for it. That name rings a bell, but I've never heard of a dogfish.
Yeah, just look up a dorkfish. You'll know what you'll figure it out. Allegedly, the Snallygaster's MO was to swoop down in silence, stealing farm animals and occasionally small children from the unsuspecting townsfolk and suck the blood from their defenseless bodies and then just ditch them, suck them dry like a damn juice cup or juice box and then just
nice
outside, trail of bodies.
Maybe that's what the tentacles are for. Maybe they use them like a straw.
Oh my God. But what if it's got like 15 of these tentacles and it like goes to like a school playground and it's like hitting everybody? It'd be like, fucking, what's that? Damn it. Hold on. My kid would kill me if I didn't know this. He's not Octoman. He's got another name. Doc Ock.
That's from Spider-Man.
Hold on. Where it's just like all these arms going everywhere. It's like swooping all these kids up. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's horrifying. An attempt to divert the Snallygaster away from the tempting blood sacks, 7-pointed stars were painted on local barns. And if you go through the area and surrounding areas, today you can still see them. People still put them up. So, fun fact, if you see any stars on barns in Maryland, don't know if you would ever be in Maryland, but if you are, look for those. Also, there is another creature that is said to be like arch nemesis of the Snallygaster. It's called, oh dear God, the Dwayu? Dwayo? It's Dwayyo.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's similar to like a werewolf or I don't know if I would say dog man, but definitely probably werewolf. It's a biped that resembles a wolf, but it stands like a human, which I guess maybe would be similar to a wolf man.
Yeah.
Depending on what type of werewolf you're into, it could be a werewolf, I guess, as well. But at some point, I would like to have him in his own episode where I'll get more into him and his lore and all of that. But in February of 1909, this bloodthirsty beast is said to have snatched up a man, sank his teeth into his jugular, exsanguinated him, and then just ditched his ass on a hillside as he took off.
Nice.
No tentacles needed.
I wonder where they go then. Because on them pictures, their tentacles are like in the mouth.
Well, they also said that the beak had, like, it's lined with razor sharp teeth.
Yeah.
And like I said, only some of the accounts say that it's got tentacles.
Right.
So
maybe they're retractable.
You're reading my mind because that's exactly where I was going. But another sighting was in New Jersey. Granted, they say they only found footprints in the snow, and I'm not sure that I would classify that as a sighting.
No.
Just having what its feet look like. No one's reported any other footprints, so how do they know maybe it's one of those motherfuckers.
Footprints are very easy to make.
What are those really, really big lizards called? I mean, they're huge. They're
Komodo dragon?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Like, I could see them mistaking one of its footprints as a Snallygaster print.
I don't know how often Komodo dragons venture out into the snow, though.
Well, people have them as pets.
What, Komodo dragons?
Or maybe it was an iguana. I think it was an iguana. That was my bad.
I was going to say, I don't know anyone who's had a Komodo dragon as a pet.
It's whatever. I don't know my lizards or they're lizards.
They're about 10 feet long.
Oh. What are those ones that if they bite you, they're really venomous?
Yeah, that's Komodo dragons.
Dragons have like the bacteria. When the bacteria gets into the bite, that's actually what starts eating away your flesh.
Yeah, that's Komodo dragons.
Okay, but I thought there was another one.
I think there's a small. I think there's a small one that does the same sort of thing.
Yeah, like it's like an H. It was on this. There's a PBS channel in the States. I don't know if you guys have anything like that, where it does kid shows. And there's a kid show called Wild Kratts, and the Wild Kratts teach you a bunch of crap about a bunch of animals. And my kid dug it when he was little, so I learned a bunch of Gila monster. It's called a Gila monster.
Yeah, that rings a bell. I've heard of that
they
before.
like shady areas, and they're typically where it's hot, and so they hide under the shady areas. In this episode, there was a Gila monster that was hiding underneath this house, under the staircase, and they had to help rescue it or something. I don't know. But anyway, sorry, it just reminded me of that. Sidebar. Oh, here we go. Speaking of the sighting of this thing, the poor little thing was shot at when some unsuspecting people laid eyes on him at a Lover's Leap south of Middletown. So I'm guessing these people were trying to get the freak on. This thing, I think they said it was kind of just like roosted up somewhere and they stumbled across it. And they were like, oh shit. So they started shooting at it. That's what we do over here. We just shoot everything. I can't say anything. I would also be shooting at it.
You have a thing for them as well. Like little spots where you all go and do shit in the car. Yeah,
I mean, but if they were okay, how would you stumble across it if you were trying to get freaky in the car? But then I realized
how every American story starts with fucking some sort of like lover's lane thing and two people in the back of a car.
There are tons, and I can tell you from experience, it's because there's nothing else to fucking do, and that's the only place you can go.
You literally one of the biggest places in the world.
What? Not around here.
I was there nothing to do.
Okay, there is nothing in this town. There is a grocery store. There are 3 gas stations, 4 fast food restaurants, 4 pizza places, an elementary school, a middle school, and a high school. And parks.
The fact you just have 3 schools confuses me as well.
Do you guys all go to one school?
Well, we have primary school and secondary school.
Oh, well, how's that divvied up?
You go.
You know what? I think it's like if you eliminate our middle school, then it would make sense for you. Okay. Yeah. My town and the surrounding towns are also so small that 3 or 4 surrounding towns combine to go to this high school because they don't have enough kids to have their own school. So
okay, that's small then.
There is nothing to do here.
So you just all go dogging. Well, that's what we call it. I don't know if you know what that word means.
Dogging?
Yeah, I don't know why. That's just what it's called.
I mean, necking? No, that's kissing, isn't it?
Aye.
I don't know. I just say banging. I don't know.
It's only jogging when it's in a car.
Parking. That's what we call it. We call it parking.
See, that makes more sense than dogging.
50s.
Yeah.
Now I just call it opportunity for success. But anyway, it was even said that it was often observed soaring back and forth, appearing to have the capability to manipulate its color, size, shape on demand. So
that's a bit octopus-like.
Okay. You know what? I did not think of that. I was thinking more shapeshifter.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay. Then how oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. Hear me out. This is really fucked up. But it's awesome in my head. Okay. They make this thing. I don't remember what it's called, but it's an octopus. It's a little stuffed animal.
Right.
He's an octopus and he's got like a little frowny face, and you can turn him inside out, and then he turns a different color, and he's got a smiley face.
Oh yeah, I've seen them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if the Snallygaster is the inside out of this octopus, and it ran out of room, and that's why the tentacles hang out of the mouth, because it can't get it all back in.
Possibly. That
is like, I think the first time I've ever heard or anything that idea, but I think it's pretty cool. And I would love to see it, because then, like, and then what if it like just pulls it back in and then boom, it's an octopus again.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And people don't know. Octopuses are weird anyway, so
yeah, and then it could change the shape. It could do the colors, just like those little stuffed animals. So I think that actually makes a lot of sense to me.
Okay, sold.
All right, we solved it. We solved it. Actually, we don't need to solve it. You'll find out soon. Rest in peace. Rip Snallygaster. But a West Virginia resident said that they found what appeared to be a Snallygaster roosting in their barn and laying an egg the size of a barrel. So remember in that first picture I sent you, it's holding the barrel? Yeah. I think that would be a context. But yeah, so supposedly it sees it with this egg, and that's all it says. It doesn't say if anybody went to get the egg. What happened to the egg? Did they scare the Snallygaster off? Were they like, fuck it, do you, boo? And they just left the doors and they were like, hatch your egg, little fella or lady.
Yeah, that's probably what I'd do.
I don't know. Can you imagine the fucking omelet you could make with that thing?
I was thinking that.
I mean,
as soon as you said egg, my brain went to omelets.
Like, I don't even think I could make that happen. We had like scrambled eggs for like 10 days.
And the rest.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But then Maryland's first reported up-close encounter began when a man stumbled across the sleeping monster near a brick-burning kiln. Upon acknowledging its cover was blown, The beast let out an ear-piercing screech and just flew away all like pissed off. It was just pissy and just flew off, which I can't blame it. I mean, you woke up. I mean, if you came and woke my ass up when I was sleeping, I'd do more than fly away pissy, buddy. Just saying, I do not handle that well.
Making train noises and everything.
Yeah, well, this one says a screeching sound. Do you think that'd be similar to a train? I mean, I've heard.
Also, I mean, an old school train whistle's pretty screechy, isn't it?
Yeah,
like the same whistles.
I'd say it's probably the same. I still want to know what the hell happened to that egg near Hagerstown. That's a funny name. South of Middleton or Middletown, whatever, at Lover's Leap, as mentioned previously, as well as over the mountains between Gapland and Burkittsville, where they said it laid another egg. So more claims of the monster flying in the area made around the same time. So someone's claiming that the monster, it goes up, it lays yet another egg somewhere in that space that I was talking about. And around the same time they're saying it's laying this egg, there's more and more reports that people are seeing the monster itself just flying around, which would make sense if it laid a damn egg.
Well, yeah. Like I said,
right?
Definitely more than one.
How does this work if there's only one?
Well, I'm thinking of the
There's
really
be
bad.
at least two.
Do you remember the really bad Godzilla film though? Was it like 1999?
Baby Godzilla?
You what?
With the little baby Godzilla?
The little baby Godzilla.
Yeah.
No, the one I think it was like 1999.
Oh.
Like I said, that Godzilla's pregnant on that, and apparently it's some certain frogs or something can do it.
Really shitty one with the giant worms?
Yeah.
Ew, that's the worst Godzilla movie I have ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it was terrible.
0 out of 10, don't recommend.
It didn't even look good either. That was the problem.
Like, you didn't even see Godzilla.
You saw his foot.
Yeah, for like, what, 5 seconds, maybe?
If that, yeah,
No,
yeah.
You can't beat the old ones, you know?
Yeah, even them new ones, I'm not a fan of the newer ones.
Like King Kong.
Yeah.
The old one, not the new Kong versus the, I mean, I like that one too, but I really like the old one when he has to like drink that stuff that looks like Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, around that time, I mean, Snallygaster was getting popular as hell. I mean, everybody was talking about Snallygaster. And the Smithsonian Institute even offered a reward for the hide of the creature. I'm guessing catch and release was not a good method?
No.
It was draw your pitchforks and let's go gun this fucker down. I don't understand why we have to just kill it. Now, some of them, I would for sure say kill it. But this little goofy ass motherfucker, he's just gonna be where, laying eggs.
You did say that it was draining the blood of children. I mean, some of them probably deserve it. I'll admit that.
Children run around unattended and you're fine. Hell, I can't even let my dog outside without watching him because he's so small. The damn eagle or crow or whatever the hell's over there, there's a bird of prey, and I have to watch it because it could take his little ass away.
There's a slight difference between an eagle and a crow, though.
Name of it. Bird of prey. I just know the motherfucker's got big ass claws and a huge ass beak, and it could carry my little dog away. So probably not a crow. There are crows in the front yard, though. My cat likes to sit in the window and talk to him.
Yeah, crows are bastards.
I like them. They're dark like my soul.
Birds in general, I don't trust birds.
But they're so small. I hate birds. To be honest, I really do hate birds.
I got attacked by an owl once.
What? Oh, owls are so pretty.
Yeah, they are. They look mint, but not when they're flying at your head.
Well, I got attacked by a goose.
Yeah, I got attacked by an owl and about 4 seagulls once.
I like crows because they're smart.
Yeah, they are. That's also what makes
them. You gift them, they'll gift you, and they have a little thing. It's like you can communicate. First thing I did when I moved into my house was rip down all the bird feeders that the little old lady had before me because I can't stand birds.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
I don't want the shit all over the place. Nuh-uh. Mm-mm. Not happening.
I would put the pheasants out the back of my house.
I live in town, so I don't have a whole lot going for me. All right, here we go. Even President Teddy Roosevelt supposedly considered canceling his scheduled safari to join the hunt for the Snallygaster. Now, that is a man's man. That motherfucker was an adventurer.
There's only two random things I know about your presidents, and that's the fact that obviously George Washington never knew that dinosaurs existed, and I think something like the 14th president still has a grandson who's alive today.
Who?
I think it was like I can't remember his name, but I think it was like the 14th president or something. Still has a grandson alive today.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't really care much about history, unless it's weird. Then I'm all about it.
Well, I thought that was weird.
Okay. All right. So the last sighting in Frederick County was in March of 1909. And I feel like that's actually should have been 39. Anyway, where basically this thing was duking it out with 3 grown-ass men outside a railroad station for about an hour, like hour and a half, before it sought refuge in the woods of Carroll County. After this, there were no more sightings. Oh, here it is. No more sightings until 23 years later. So I was close. In which they were assuming that the next sighting was actually one of the eggs that had hatched 23 years earlier. And that's what they were seeing. But this is where things get sad. The poor thing was said to have died in Washington County when it plummeted from the sky into a 2,500-gallon vat of alcohol, whose attractive fumes drew him in and caused him to descend to begin with. Okay, let me see this moonshine, bitches. And instead of Icarus flying too close to the sun, this guy flew too close to the vat.
Understandable.
Yes, which same, Snallygaster, same. Revenue agents quickly arrived on the scene and claimed to have destroyed, quotes, the vat, the carcass, and conveniently any other evidence of the creature that may have been able to shed light on the elusive cryptid. Now, no thanks to the government employees, once again, we will never have physical evidence of this haggard-ass looking monster to observe and study it. Rip Snallygaster.
Send one up.
Yep, here. To Snallygaster. I'm toasting my...
Exactly.
But yeah, so that is a Snallygaster. So my question, one of my questions is, if they presume that this sighting 23 years later is in fact one of the eggs hatched from previously, where's the other one?
Good question.
Did it, we don't know if it made it. We don't know. So
Well, I'd imagine if someone found it in a, what was it, a barn or something?
it was a vat of alcohol.
No, where they found the first egg.
Oh, in the barn.
Yeah. I'd imagine whoever's barn that was, they probably, well, let's say probably made an omelet out of it or just smashed it to bits.
Yeah, I don't think they had like photos or anything.
You'd just, I don't know, you'd try to preserve it somehow.
But what I'm saying is what if it just accidentally cracked? Maybe the Snallygaster, like it was up in the place where I'd be dogging.
Oh yeah.
The loft. And maybe it was the loft, and maybe when the Snallygaster got up, it could have fallen. And I guess anything's possible, especially if everybody was thinking it was like the next big thing, and they're seeing all these sightings, whatever the second one is supposedly being laid. Maybe they found it, but there's nothing saying that they did. So I don't know.
No, it's a strange one.
So I've got to ask the ultimate question. Do you think that the Snallygaster ever really existed?
I want to say yes, but I also want to say no.
Well, this is a hard one because it is so outlandish.
Yeah.
And with it being based off of lore, how, like I said, I don't know if it came over with them when they migrated or immigrated, whatever that word is, came over here, or if it happened after they were already established over here. Because I feel like that would be a big thing for me because there weren't any records of a Snallygaster in Germany.
Yeah, that does make sense then.
My thing is like, where do they come from?
Weird hybrid things.
But how? You see
I'm
what I
not.
mean? Like,
For me, a platypus, that's basically a cryptid.
that is a cryptid. I would call it a cryptid.
You know the best
If
thing
you-
about a platypus? So it lays eggs, and it's a mammal.
Mhm.
So it produces milk.
Oh,
So
hold on. I used to know some really weird facts about the platypus, and my brain's not working all the way right now. I'm sorry. My Rolodex has stopped halfway through. It's on buffering. I just like clammed together like old tech and new tech in that one, didn't I? My Rolodex is buffering. Wow. Aren't they? Don't they have like? Isn't something about them like venomous? Like
Yeah, they've got spines on the back feet.
And I thought that somebody said something about them's like iridescent or whatever, like it glows.
No idea. But I said they lay eggs and they produce milk, so technically they could make their own custard.
You know what? I'm just over. I'm sorry. I just have this picture in my head of these little platypus. Oh my gosh, what is it? If it's platypus? Platypus.
That's life's real question. What's the plural of platypus?
Platypussies. Oh my god, I need to just. But anyway, I'm thinking like churning butter, and they got the little stick and the little bucket, and they're churning butter.
If I say that, I can die happy.
Oh my gosh, that's too funny. Oh my gosh. I gotta figure out what the plural for platypus is. Because I feel like I did not get it right.
Yeah, I felt you might be wrong on that.
Oh my gosh. You know what? Hold on. I'm gonna Google that real fast because I gotta figure this out. Because I'm an idiot.
Platypuses.
Nuh-uh.
It is.
It's platypuses?
Yeah.
The English language. You guys started this shit. Your fault.
Yeah, no, but yeah, well, like ours is our like what we say. You probably don't understand half of our words I would normally use.
No. Well, actually, I might. Well, some of them I might because I used to talk to people over there. But I also
depends where they're from, though.
As I say, I know that there's specifically two different ones. There's the what I call the hoity-toity ones, or at least that's how it was explained to me. And then there's more of the like rugged blue collar type.
Yeah.
See, I know.
Yeah. Well, I'm up the north, so like I'm the rough end of it.
I know.
Also, the better end of it, though.
Those are my favorite.
You don't want a London accent.
Mm.
Yeah, because they don't use the letter U.
They don't?
No, like if they tell you to fuck off, they'll say "fuck off."
Oh wow, I feel threatened.
Yeah,
I'd be like, I'm sorry, you're gonna do what now? And then maybe that's why they call it dogging because they can't say the word. All right, so let's see here. What do you think you would do if you came across a Snallygaster?
That itself or the egg? Or both?
The whole kit and caboodle. Well, okay, leave the egg out because when the egg's involved, things get messy. Mama bear or whatever. I don't know. I guess it could be a dude laying eggs, whatever. The monster, no egg.
Probably shit myself at first. I mean, it'd probably struggle lifting me up, so I'll be all right, I think, without that one. It'd probably attempt me and then just let go, and then I'll be all right, it's cool.
So panic first.
Yeah. Especially if they have all the tentacles. If the tentacles are there, then yeah.
Oh God, if the tentacles were there. But I mean, I'm getting a little feisty today.
It's too bird-like.
Ah.
After my experience with seagulls and owls, I couldn't trust it.
Well, I don't need to trust it. I just need a good time. Oh, geez. All right. So I don't know. I think so. I'm trying to picture how big 20 feet is. Is that like a school bus?
I don't know how big's a school bus.
Oh.
Well, I'm like 6'3", so like a little bit less than 4 of me.
I don't know. I'm just trying to think because there were measurements or whatever saying how long it was, but there's nothing that really explained how big, like bulky or girthy or whatever word you want to use.
It's weird that there's no like measurement for its wingspan.
Yeah. Because I think the one said there was something about a measurement for the tail, right? I think maybe. Nope. They just have measurements on how big it was altogether.
Fair enough.
So I don't know. I'm just,
Yeah,
but if the whole thing is, 20, 25 feet, I mean, that's still pretty big.
yeah, that's very big.
I mean, I almost jumped that far in high school. So to me, it's really not that big before I got old and fat. And now this bitch don't jump at all. But yeah, so I guess too, if who's to say that last one that
Is the
landed
last-
on that didn't lay any eggs?
Yeah,
However, I guess if it laid the egg and then it's not there to whatever incubate it, it's probably going to die, right? But there had to have been more than one originally, right? Because if one's laying the egg, somebody's going to. Animals typically do one of two things. Okay, they really do one thing. They sit on that egg and they do not move.
yeah,
The other animal brings the food, brings everything, or they take turns
yeah.
and they rotate out. But there's nothing supposedly that it could rotate out with. Nothing was bringing it food. I mean, maybe there were two.
Yeah, because like even like everything that lays eggs, they need to like be incubated to some degree.
Okay, I got an idea. What if it laid the egg and it did something similar to, say, a bear, and it had the ability to, quote unquote, hibernate, so it could burn its own whatever over the duration of the incubation period. Because that makes sense, right? I mean, if it's now granted, trust me, I've been pregnant. It is not easy to maintain your weight, feed the baby what it fucking wants, and have anything left over. I mean, it's not a good time. You're pretty much tapped out when the baby comes.
I can imagine.
It's rough. I mean, mine was like pretty much 10 pounds and 2 feet long. Yeah, and I am not very big. I mean, I'm wide.
Surprising still.
I'm only like 5'2". And
there you go then. So this thing's 4 of you. So the size of it, the length of it, it's 4 of you.
Yeah.
If you lay down 4 of you, that's how big the fucker is.
Yeah. I just can't picture that in my head. Because to me, I'm like, oh, so it's small, is what you're saying. You're saying it's tiny. I usually have to, like now, my kid's 12, and if I need anything from the top shelf, I have to get my 12-year-old son to help.
I've never had that problem.
I was like, I need your help. And he's like, you need something off the top shelf again? I'm like, yeah, can you come help me?
Yeah, I've never had that problem being 6'3".
You're 6, so that's how big his dad is.
Yeah.
And his brother, well, okay, so my son's uncle is like 6'4", 6'5". I mean, they're big guys. And I'm like, put down here.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, my big brother, saying quotation marks, he's about 5'8".
So yeah. I'm actually the smallest one out of all 4 of us.
Hmm.
I've literally been the same height since I was 11. So, you got any other thoughts, opinions, anything?
No, I mean, I'm quite surprised I've never heard of it before.
So, don't feel too surprised, because literally every single person that I have ever talked to about this, no one has heard of it before.
You think it would, though? Big flying, egg-laying bastard.
Well, the only place that somebody had heard of it before was when I went to CryptidCon, a convention down south, and I went there, and somebody asked me what my favorite cryptid was, and of course they were asking everybody, and everybody's Dog Man or Sasquatch or Nessie or Mothman, like those are all the popular ones, and I was like Snallygaster, and I was like, oh, somebody actually heard of it. Like, this is fantastic. But that's the only time, is whenever I went to a specific convention made just for those.
Yeah, it's definitely not well known then, if that's the case.
No, it's not, but I absolutely love it because I think it is just so bizarre. I like the ones that are different.
Yeah.
And that kind of thing. All right, so I guess we need to wrap this biatch up. Again, Liam, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you taking the time out to go over this, close to my heart cryptid, even though, RIP. Maybe there's an egg out there that hatched. I don't know. There's not been any other sightings, so probably not. But just want to make sure, to let you know that I really appreciate you coming on and talking to me about that. And again, just to let everybody know, because I know this is not going to be in my typical outro. He is going to send me the links for his social media and everything. I will put those in the description here below, or side whatever direction it is whenever you listen to this shit. I don't know, but it'll be in the description. So you can, find him on his social media, give him some love, follow him, like him, subscribe, depending on what system you're using. But yeah, check him out. And maybe at some point we'll wrangle Billy in too.
Yeah, we'll try to, like I say, if I can ever get hold of him.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Thank you, everybody, for being here with us. And until next time, bye.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode. Please subscribe, rate, and review anywhere you listen. This is more beneficial than you may know and will help others locate the podcast. Don't forget to check out my Patreon page as well. We currently have 2 tiers. The Snallygaster tier that'll get you unedited bonus audio, a sticker, a shout out on the podcast, and access to the private Discord server. The second tier is the Phantom tier, and that'll get you all of the benefits of the Snallygaster tier, plus access to live streams and Q&A sessions, and is the only place you can access all video footage from regular episodes as well as the Patreon exclusive episodes. You can subscribe today at patreon.com/cryptids, creeps, and conspiracy. Don't forget to head over to the TeePublic website and take a look at a variety of merch options that are available. You can also find and follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, TikTok, X, and YouTube. All of these links can be found in the description of this episode under the Linktree hyperlink. Until next time, my friends, dare to believe.